I think we're recording.
I like to think I'm a survivor, but my skin is getting tired. I go deeper in the water.
So, hello and yes, welcome back to another video, guys. And then, yeah, it's time for another vinyl update. These are my favourite videos to do because I get to talk about a variety. We get to talk about a lot of artists here. And generally, there is a big pile of records here I have to show today. It's one of the more exciting vinyl updates I have to do, to be honest, because it's been a good month. So before we get down to talking about the records and whatnot, first off, I want to say a few people have been complaining about my new camera, and I can see it doing it now. When I move about, you can see that the camera wants to readjust up here in the corners. I've had a go on the settings at trying to fix that, and it just doesn't want to work. It's very weird. I've followed all the steps online to make sure that it stops doing this, but it's still doing it. So I'm going to take it into the store hopefully some point this week and hopefully get it fixed. But for this video, unfortunately, we're going to still have to put up with it. So yeah, I do apologise about that, but I am trying to get rid of it. I've gone through all the steps online. I've had to go doing it myself, and it just doesn't want to cooperate, so I'm going to have to take it in the store and get a technician to do it. Personally, I think it's probably a fault in the phone, to be honest, because I see no reason why it's still doing this. I've turned it on and off, the tracking, all that. But anyway, there's probably a few tech people who watch my videos, so if you guys have got any suggestions before I take it into the store, pop them down in the comments, because, you know, it annoys me as well, guys, because I know that some of you, it's been bothering you. And yeah, it does annoy me too. And if I can't get rid of it, I'll just have to go back to use my old camera, unfortunately, which is a shame, because the picture isn't quite as sharp, so... but anyway, let's get down to the actual video now. So yeah, this is one of the biggest piles of records I've had in a long time. It's been a very good month in terms of record shopping. There's been quite a few pre-orders. I've started to collect a new artist, which I'm going to save till last because I've got some cool items on them. I've been to a couple car boots, and I've got some VCLT. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the VCLT first. I got a couple CD, non-vinyl related items to show, but of course music related still. I'll do the car boot stuff, I'll do the pre-orders, and then I'll do my new kind of artist that I've been collecting at the end. So anyway, I apologise guys, I've just literally just necked a bowl of cereal for breakfast, so my stomach is still doing loads of things with the food. I haven't brought a drink up here, which is annoying. But anyway, so first up we got to do VCLT, and it is of course from my very good friend VinylCollector James. Hello James. There's a link to his channel in the description if you haven't checked out his channel, because his channel is awesome. You know, I say this every time we do VCLT from him, because we're always sending each other packages, so he always gets a shout out in my vinyl updates. But yeah, he's got a great channel, he's a great bloke, fantastic man. So yeah, link to his channel in the description. But he was very kind to help me out with a couple items, again, because there's a lot of... I know, it's weird, because me and James also both collect Blu-rays. It seems like Blu-rays, the UK generally gets the better Blu-rays. But then when it comes to vinyl records, the exclusive, the cool ones, are all in America. So I'm normally, especially on Record Store Day as well, because I've got no record stores near me, I generally do rely on you for a lot of things, James, when it comes to vinyl, and he's always very kind to help me out. So the first thing up actually isn't a vinyl. It's a cassette, and I've left it sealed. It is the soundtrack to the Guardians of the Galaxy... Oh, come on, camera. Volume 2 movie on cassette, and it's got a whole bunch of cool tracks there, which you can see. And yeah, it's really cool, because it matches the Volume 1 really well. So if you got Volume 1, it matches the spine really well, which is nice. And yeah, it's so awesome to have, because, you know, in the film he's using a cassette, so it matches it really well. I know some people are probably thinking, why would you want a cassette soundtrack of a new film? In the film, the character goes around with all these songs on a cassette, the main character. So that's why. So there were, out of the box he sent me, he chucked in another record for me, which is pretty cool. It's an album by someone called Wilco, and it's called Schmilko. And this is from late 2016. We both thought it was a 2017 record, because I'm getting close to actually owning 20 albums from 2017. So it's gonna, when I do my 2017 list at the end of the year, guys, it's gonna look pretty cool. But yeah, turns out it's from late 2016, so I won't be able to include this in my 2017 list. And I have yet to play it, but it's really cool. I love the cover. Little girl there trying to get a turntable to work, but the plug socket's broke. Dad comes along, fingers in the plug socket, holds onto the other end. Electric passes through him somehow. And the turntable's working. She's having a good time dancing at the end of it. And yeah, he's being a good but not responsible father. So yeah, I absolutely adore the artwork on this album. It's fantastic. So thank you so much for that. I'm really looking forward to playing it. And then these are the two biggies. I really wanted these. And I had no idea these were even coming out, to be honest. So I was over the moon when you told me about these, James. I remember we had a Skype chat. And he said, yeah, I found 2 records that are exclusives to Barnes & Noble's, which I believe is a record store out there. And when he told me what they were, I was like... So, and then of course, very gracious, helped me get them. So thank you so much, James. First one up, again, Guardians soundtrack again. It is the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 soundtrack. And yeah, I don't know if you can see this. It's deluxe. Does it say on there what it is? I presume it does. Yeah, red vinyl. It's a double red vinyl, which is really nice. You get the soundtrack. Again, it's all the same songs that are on the cassette. And then when you go down here, you've got, when the camera focuses, come on camera, come, there we go. You get the actual score for the movie, which is great. So yeah, really cool. I'm going to do a video probably on my Guardians of the Galaxy vinyl soundtrack, because there was some very nice ones from the first film and now the second one. And this was the biggie for me. It's not colour vinyl, it's nothing too special looking really. But it's weird, this TV series, they've done a soundtrack for Series 1, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's a pre-order up for Series 7 of this particular show. But they skipped 2. That's really weird. It's like, where's Season 2 soundtrack? This makes no sense. And anyway, they randomly brought it out, and here it is, Series 2 of Game of Thrones, and I absolutely love the cover. It's fantastic. Series 2 was one of the best series of this show. Fantastic. So yeah, there's not much to it. It's just black vinyl. You got some picture in the sleeves. They're almost, this is identical to the Season 1 soundtrack, where the inner sleeves have carrots and little boxes down the bottom. So yeah, I'm probably going to wait now, because it's only another year off. But a year from now, when Series 8 and the show has concluded, I will do a Game of Thrones vinyl collection as well. But as I say, I'll wait till Season 8 is out, because it's only a year away. You know, that'll come by pretty quick. So a year from now, I'll do a complete soundtrack collection on this, and you can see them all in detail. But yeah, for now, this is really cool. So thank you so much, James. And then the last one up, which was a Comic-Con exclusive. And I owe you big time for this one, mate, because I think we got this one at the tail end, because this album has skyrocketed in price, and it's a very tricky one to get a hold of. And I'm going to show you the vinyl for this one, guys, because it's spectacular. It is the soundtrack, the Mondo soundtrack to Hot Fuzz. Hot Fuzz is possibly my favourite comedy film ever. So this was a really important soundtrack for me to get. I absolutely adore the Cornetto trilogy. Shaun of the Dead, I have the super cool Mondo pressing of that as well. And then of course The World's End, which I'm hoping they're going to do a cool Mondo soundtrack for as well. But it's called the Cornetto trilogy because in all 3 of the films there's a little gag with a cornetto. And for those of you who don't know what a cornetto is, because I don't believe it's a brand in America, it is a form of ice cream. It's got a bit of a swirl at the top. And yeah, that's why they call it the Cornetto. Because each 3 films, because these 3 films, of course, star Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, and are all directed by Edgar Wright, who's a fantastic director. And yeah, they're not connected. Shaun of the Dead's a mixed take on zombie films, Hot Fuzz is a mixed take on The Police, and The World's End is just a piss-up film. So they're not connected, but here it is. This is the chocolate cornetto, and the thing is, it smells of chocolate, which is incredible. The Shaun of the Dead one is a strawberry one, and it smells of strawberries. And oh man, I want some chocolate now. Oh god, I mean, I feel like this is how the druggies going. Very nice. But yeah, it's honestly a spectacular record, James. Honestly, when it comes to packaging wise and whatnot, this could be one of the coolest records I have, because I mean, it's exactly the same to the Shaun of the Dead one in how it looks, other than it being brown instead of red. But I don't know how they make these things smell. I'm curious as to how long that smell's gonna last for. My Shaun of the Dead one still smells of strawberries, so they must last a while, but surely the smell's going to wear off at some point. But so thank you so much, James. Honestly, you're the best, and I really appreciate you helping me out with these records, because honestly, I absolutely love them, and I'll be preparing a box for you again very shortly. So thank you so much, James. Check out his channel, link in the description. Now, quickly, I've got a couple CDs here, which I bought. Little cheap ones, which I just wanted. There we go, a bit more focused now. A couple cheap ones which I bought just to put on my phone because I like the music. First one up is a soundtrack to Brother Bear, Phil Collins. Of course, this is the only Phil Collins material I'm actually missing. Can't get it on vinyl, so I had to get the CD. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's not as good as the Tarzan music, I don't think, but it's still pretty cool. And then I've recently just been so into this band called Keane. Quite a new band. I got their first album, Hopes and Fears. Absolutely love it. Really want to get it on vinyl. They've just reissued it, so you can get it on vinyl. But as I say, I'm very invested in another artist in a minute, so I will get Keane, but I think it'll be once I've done this artist, which we'll see at the end. So I went ahead and got their second album on CD because it's impossible to get on vinyl at the minute. Fingers crossed for a reissue. And this is called Under the Iron Sea. So yeah, I played this yesterday. Not as good as their debut, but it's still pretty damn good. So yeah. Keane, if you haven't checked out Keane, you got to do it, guys, honestly. Check out their debut album, Hopes and Fears. It's honestly amazing. So now when it comes to the car boots, I went to the car boots twice. Can't remember what records come from which car boot I went to, but a lot of these, literally, I only spent about a tenner total. Some of these were 50p, because I wouldn't really go out of my way to buy some of these, but it was there, it was 50p, I'm like, alright, give it to me. So the first one up is called The Most Beautiful Love Songs. You already know this is going to be a cheap pound buy. Well, it weren't, it was a 50p buy. The Bee Gees, I was like, I'm slowly getting complete on the Bee Gees, and I really do like them. I had no interest in this, really, but I was like, 50p, give it in, and I'll have it. Same for this one. The hits for this band are enough for me, really. But anyway, Lost Without Your Love by Bread. I really like Bread's hits. I'm still not sure about their actual albums. This is the first one, so I need to play it and see if I want to go into their actual catalogue. Next up, new band for me. I like their hits, but I want to start getting into them more. So I thought, again, like, these all came from the same seller, these ones, I'm pretty sure. They're all like 50p buys. So this is Present Arms, UB40, the debut. This one actually goes for a little bit of money because it's got the 12-inch remix with it. And then, of course, Labour of Love by UB40, which I hear is their best album. And I got a soundtrack here to an Oliver Stone film, which is pretty cool. And it is The Doors. So, yeah, very, very cool. So, yeah, most of the tracks on here are performed by The Doors, but we've got some other people on here, like Jim Morrissey. Well, of course, same thing. There ain't no difference there, really. So yeah, it's all The Doors and Jim Morrissey, really. I thought there was someone else on here, but I've just looked over it and gone, nope, I was wrong. But yeah, so that one's pretty cool. This one here, I'm not a big fan on doing 12 inches, really, but anyway, again, it was at 50p, so go on and give it here. Heart Glass by Blondie. Yeah, love Blondie. And then we got a couple Walker Brothers albums. We got Take It Easy, which is a 60s compilation, which is pretty sweet, and it's in good condition. And we got a proper album here from the Walker Brothers, which I hear is not great. This is No Regrets, but it looks cool. I like the cover. It looks like definitely 70s, definitely. So that's pretty sweet. And then last two up here, and these are the two which got me excited. Big Stevie Wonder fan. I really do want to get complete on Stevie Wonder someday, and eventually I'm just going to say I'm going to do Stevie Wonder. The reason I haven't done Stevie Wonder yet is because his early albums, there's so many. I might just like say I'm just going to do his 70s and 80s stuff. But anyway, I'm slowly getting there. This is In a Square Circle. So, yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. So yeah, I haven't played it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. And this is the big one, because this goes for a lot of money, and it's a really cool album. It's an original first press with a gloss laminate on it. It's in beautiful condition. This was literally all of them records were 50p, and then this one was like £5, I think. I had to pay a bit for this one. But it's such a good album. It's a first press original. This is a beautiful copy. This is the Specials album, which is very cool. Very cool album. I absolutely love this record. My dad loves this, of course. You know, me and my dad are big Madness fans, and what's the next best thing after Madness? It's the Specials. So yeah, that's a really cool one. But anyway, now we're going to get onto some albums which I've bought. A lot of these are pre-orders. So to get prepared for the Foo Fighters new album, which I was really looking forward to, because I really like the song Sky's the Neighbourhood. I was like, I don't own any Foo Fighters vinyl. Tesco's, which I'm thinking of doing a video on, because I just think it's amazing that Tesco's, which is basically the equivalent of Walmart here in the UK, it's our big supermarket, has got vinyl in, which is, what? So I'm thinking of doing just a video on that, take you guys in there and show you their vinyl section, because it's very, like, wow, Tesco's have got vinyl in. I presume it'd be the same out there with Walmart. It's like, wow, Walmart got vinyl in. They haven't already. So anyway, I went to Tesco's and they had this, and I'm like, I'm going to get this. So this is the greatest hits of the Foo Fighters, which is sweet. I really do like the Foo Fighters. I've become a big fan of them. It doesn't have Halo on, but I presume this just came out before Halo came out. And yeah, all the Foo Fighters albums are quite cheap on Amazon, so I do think I'm going to start investing. Well, not investing, that's the wrong word. But I'm going to start getting into them more and getting their albums, because I really like them. So yeah, Foo Fighters great hits. Now we're going to get into my pre-orders. So we'll start off with the Foo Fighters new album, Concrete and Gold, which is great. I loved this record. It was fantastic. The whole A-side was just superb. The B-side was, I didn't like the opening track on the B-side, La Di Da. But other than that, it was pretty good. I really, really enjoyed this album, guys. It was a really good album. There was only one complaint I had with it. There was meant to be an etching. As you can probably tell, there's only 3 sides. It's like, ooh, etching. Well, yeah, there is an etching, but it's just fucking dreadful. Yeah, this is it. That's it. There's some writing at the bottom, and it's just their website, I believe. Banging on the ceiling, and they didn't even spell banging right. So yeah. Alright, fair enough. So the etching sucks. Like, literally, it sucks. But it's a good record, honestly, guys. I'd pick it up. I really enjoyed this album. It's a bit heavy, but it's very Beatles-ish, actually, to be honest. Just in the way they perform their songs, the way that the band members play off each other, in the vocals and whatnot. And of course, Dave Grohl is, you know, he's a master. He's top guy. He's brilliant. So yeah, Foo Fighters, Concrete and Gold, pick it up. I'm not going to spend no time on this next one because I just reviewed it. Ringo Starr, Give More Love. Yep, there it is, new Ringo album. Whoop-de-doo, fantastic. Next album up is incredible. This one here really, really... This could be my album of the year. There's still a few albums coming out this year. The 2 Gallagher brothers, Robert Plant. Which could beat this album for my album of the year. But at the minute, I'm thinking this might be it. It's between this one and Paul Weller's new album. Kind of Revolution. The Lone Bellow, Walk Into the Storm. This was so good, guys. Honestly, this is a brilliant album. It's fantastic. Lone Bellow, this is their 3rd album. They're a small country American band. They got a great backstory as well. It's a very sad story to do with the lead singer and his wife. as to how they formed and whatnot, but they're a fantastic band. They need a lot more support. I would recommend you guys so much. Just go pick this album up. It's great. You can probably get it cheap. You know, it's nothing special. It is just a single non-gatefold record. But it's so beautiful, honestly. The opening track, Deeper in the Water, is fantastic. And the track Feather is fantastic as well. I'm probably going to review this album to try and promote it a bit, because I really just want people to check this album out and support this band, because they are just fantastic. So The Lone Bellow, Walk Into the Storm. If you're going to take anything away from this video, guys, take that album away. Just go pick it up. CD, vinyl, whatever. iTunes it. Just make sure you buy a copy of this album, support this band, and enjoy it, because it's a great album. And that's it for the pre-orders. So I've got a few more records to show before I get onto the... I've got 4 more to show before I get onto the artists that I've been collecting. We're at the 20-minute mark, so I'm going to go a bit faster. Tesco's again. I'm bringing up Tesco's again. And I'm bringing up Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 again. Done an exclusive big sleeve on the new film Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Big sleeve is something which they're trying to do here in the UK. There's only a few films which have got it. Force Awakens, Ant-Man, Doctor Strange, Beauty and the Beast. Couple more, I think, maybe. So they're very new, this new thing, and they're basically records sized. They all have gatefolds. You open them up, and then you got the Blu-ray discs sitting in there. So it's a very strange concept. It's trying to mix records with films. So anyway, the new Guardians one, again, I've got no interest in these big sleeves really. But this one here contains the Blu-ray, the DVD, 12 art cards. Oh no, 12-inch art cards, sorry, there's 4 art cards in here. And you get the vinyl record. You get 3 songs on it. You get the Guardians theme thing with David Hasselhoff. Then you get 2 instrumental ones from the actual score. I haven't opened it because I know it's going to be rare, because it was exclusive just to Tesco's. Amazon didn't get it, nowhere got it. So I've left it sealed. Here it is, very cool. So yeah, you can see all the bits there that you get in it, which is... Come on, camera. Come on. You can do this. There we go. So you get a lot in there. It's super glossy as well. There's a channel here on YouTube called Big Paulie. And he's done a unboxing of this. So if you want to see in more detail, go check his channel out. He's a very good British guy here. Who does Blu-ray videos, because you see loads of Blu-ray hunting videos, and I love them, and they're all bloody American, and they don't do nothing for me because I don't get American Blu-ray. So Big Paulie's great for UK Blu-ray, so go check his channel out as well. Anyway, we're going to move on now to one more band before we get on to the artist who I've been collecting lately, and that is U2. So I got a few U2 records. I got Rattle and Hum, which is their 1989 album, which is fantastic. Opens up with a Beatles cover, Helter Skelter, which is interesting. It's live. It's not a bad cover. It's okay, but you know, nothing compared to, you know, the original, obviously. But yeah, I've got a super nice copy of it. Very nice, as you can see there. It's really nice. There's like no dings. I've done very well on that album. And then I got a bootleg copy on this album. I think it's like a grey vinyl or something. Zooropa. So yeah, don't know much about this album, but I'll admit it's a bootleg. This one isn't a bootleg though. This is, what year was this? 91, U2's 91 album. And yeah, I'll just prove to you that it's got a penis on it. Apparently the penis confirms it, that it's not bootleg. I'll also show you the records, so that you guys can see that I'm not lying. This is a genuine, real copy. So yeah, there's the inner sleeve. So yeah, there's one label, and then there is the other side. I had no idea how I got so lucky, because I know this goes for big money, but I'll tell you how much I paid, guys. I think it was £15, something like that. Original lyric sheet. I had no interest really in buying this album on vinyl, because even though it's a great album, it's like, I've got to wait for a reissue, because this goes for stupid money. And then this guy had this up for an auction, and I was like, alright, I'll watch it. People are going to bid. And no one bid. And I was like, alright, well, I'll take it then. So yeah. Now we're going to get onto the artist who I've been collecting lately. Some of you might have been able to guess who this is from probably the thumbnail. I'll probably use them in the thumbnail. Or maybe some hints in my most recent videos. It is Oasis. So I only have one album from Oasis, and that's What's Story Morning Glory right here. So of course, here is Definitely Maybe. Just a fantastic album. Absolutely fantastic album. The track listing alone is just incredible. Incredible track listing. Next one up is Be Here Now, of course. Another incredible record. Absolutely adore this album. Fantastic. Of course, these are all reissues. Going to apologise about the Hoover. My father, in his almighty wisdom, has started to do the hoovering. We've got my cousins coming around today, so yeah, we've got to make everything look nice. And then this is where I'm up to on Oasis. So I got 3 to go. Of course, Standing on the Shoulders of Giants. Played this and enjoyed it. Some people say this is where Oasis start to fall off a bit. Yeah, I think that's probably true, but it's still a good album. There's no doubt. It's a very controversial album. I mean, you just look at the opening track, "Fucking in the Bushes." Okay, whatever you guys say. Next one up, I went to see the new film Kingsman: The Golden Circle. That's an amazing film, by the way. So go check that out. Not as good as the first Kingsman film, but it's a really good film still. And I went in HMV because I go to the one in Harlow, the Harvey Centre, and it's a HMV like right next door to it. And I picked this up, Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds. And this one, of course, is Chasing Yesterday. Yeah, really excited for Noel Gallagher's new album. I was listening to it live on the radio when it got announced. It was really weird because I bought this the day before. I was listening to Noel Gallagher on Absolute Radio the next morning, and then he goes, "Oh yeah, I'm going to do a new tour and a new album." I was like, that's incredible. I literally bought your last album yesterday. So that's really cool. I absolutely adore this album as well. It is an incredible record. Ballad of Mighty Eye is, at the minute, one of my very favourite songs that I'm listening to. So then I went and bought his first album. His debut is not in stock at the minute. It's coming out this week. They get more in stock this week on Amazon, so I'll probably get that delivered at some point this week. So I have ordered it. Then I also went ahead and ordered this, Where the Sky Meets the City, which is all remixes of the songs from that album. It's double vinyl. With both of these you get CDs as well, not a download code, which is nice. I'd rather have a CD. So yeah, there's that. And then my very last record for this final update, thank God, because we're nearly at the half-hour mark. This is the El Mexicano remix. So as you can tell, the Mexican flag, which is very cool. I haven't opened it because the sticker goes over the top, and I don't really want to open it unless it's awesome. Because these mixes might be on this one. I don't think they are. I haven't really looked into it. I can't see El Mexicano remix on here. So I'm going to try and hunt this down on YouTube, see if it sounds good. And if I really like it and I want to hear it on vinyl, then I will open it. But I still need to look into that. But at the minute it's sealed. And it's such a beautiful record. I love it. But yeah, anyway, that is it for this video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. One more time, thank you so much to my good friend Vinyl Collector James. Every time you send me something, you outdo yourself. You know that, my friend. That was probably the best bit of VCLT you've sent me. So yeah, thank you so much to everyone who's been watching. I've got some cool videos coming up, so make sure you stay tuned. I'm going to try and get the camera fixed. To be fair, it doesn't look like it's been as bad, this video. It doesn't look like it's been zooming in and out as much. It's just the focusing, but it'll probably still do that even when I get this fixed anyway, so that's no biggie. But yeah, I'll try and get the camera fixed. If not, guys, I apologise. But anyway, that is it for this video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please hit the subscribe button, like the video, leave a message, and I'll see you guys next time for another video. Ta-ta.